lawn sprinkler system or lawn irrigation system for grass, natural areas, etc. Question: what is a pop-up head? A pop-up head is simply a head that looks like this. It can be this particular head is like roughly 6 inches high, 6 inches long, plus or minus. I'm not exactly sure. If we put the tape measure here, it looks like it's 6 inches. It looks like the head pops out. We've got the vice grips holding it. I'm not sure if that's a good idea or a precarious idea or not, but notwithstanding, that's what we're doing. And but this head here on the bottom, it has a thread. It has a 1/2 inch thread here. Now keep in mind the pop-up heads have a 3/4 inch thread. The poly L goes into it. And one may ask, what is a poly L? This is a poly L. This is for the pop-up or the oscillating head. This will not fit in here. Essentially the one that fits in here, it looks the same. It may be black, but the threads are smaller. It's 1/2 inch, not 3/4 of an inch. So question is, why would one use the pop-up heads? The pop-up heads, say along the driveway, if you have 3 or 4 feet of grass, and if you use an oscillating head there, when the oscillating head pops up, it may overshoot this area. So when this pop-up head, it just sprays. So once it's a constant spray, unless now they do make a special tip to go on here. They're not cheap. I mean, they're not expensive, but they may be $5-10 a piece, but you can screw, I think they retrofit on here. They'll give you the finger looking kind of like that sort of thing, and they're nice. I'm not sure if they're water savers. If an irrigation or sprinkler system guru perhaps could add that to the comments. But this particular head here is 6 inches. It looks like the head pops up 3.5. Now, say we had, okay, keep in mind, on the head itself right here is a small little orifice that screws on here. There's a male fitting made onto this shaft and a female threading on here. So if we wanted to go 4 foot, 6 foot, 8 foot, 10, 15 foot, we would have to choose the head according to how many feet the head are. So it may be a different color. It may be green, it may be black, it may be etc. So we would just unscrew this, screw it back on here. And then this on the bottom would connect to the funny pipe. So now keep in mind that this is a 6-inch head. This is probably the most predominant pop-up head, I'm thinking, my opinion. But now there are longer ones and extremely long, but it does kind of it's one of my pet peeves when I go to an area where one doesn't need a real long one and they've got a long one, so it's way deep in the ground when you've got to do it, and so pulling it out when this would suffice. So, but again, that's just a personal pet peeve. That's a subjective thing, not an objective thing. But notwithstanding, this is 6 inches here. This protrudes up about 3.5. I'm not sure how much the orifice. Now, below this orifice here, there is a screen, and the screen supposedly catches dirt here. So then every so often, one may want to unscrew this and then take the orifice out, clean it out, take it to the hose pipe, get the debris, and make sure it's good and clear, because the water pressure has to drive from the bottom, and the water pressure would drive this up. Now, as one could see, I've got a set of vice grips here holding this up because there's no water pressure. Now, would I suggest doing this? Probably not. I've got it very loose here. Number one, the vice grips can pop. But number two, one may mar the shaft, and if you mar the shaft, it's not going to come up and down. So I was trying to be careful here, and if you do, you may want to take a little piece of sandpaper. I've never done it, and kind of make sure it's just good and smooth. So this is I would say a 6-inch pop-up, but one can add that to the comments. I'm not certain if they measure it from here to here or if they measure it from here to here. So, but this distance here is, let's see, from the top to here is roughly about 6 inches, and then from here to here is about 3.5. So, but this is a pop-up. This could be used in the natural areas. Sometimes but it also, many times it's used in the grass, but it's used a lot of times when there's a strip of grass, like 4 to 6 feet or 3 foot or 2 foot of grass there, because again, the pop-up head, it would come up, but it drives it so powerfully. Once it started spraying it, it may spray out and miss what's underneath the head. So this head here is a continuous spray. This is a pop-up head for lawn sprinkler system. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.